I can't believe that this rod is only $40 at Walmart. Stay tuned, it's coming up. Alrighty y'all, Lou here from Beyond the Bounds. This is a channel geared towards bass fishing and gear reviews. So if you like that sort of thing, click that subscribe button up top. Make sure you hit the bell so you get notified when I release new videos. Today's video is going to be a review of the Hank Parker Signature Series Speed Stick by Lews. This is the crankbait rod. I've also got another one that is a worm and jig rod, and we're going to be reviewing these today, so stay tuned. Okay, so I'm going to start off and do a disclaimer that my videos aren't going to include tons of specs about the rod. I will tell you a few things about the ones that I'm holding in my hand, but my reviews are going to be very much geared towards feel and how I've used the rods, what I've been able to do with them. It's gonna revolve around the durability of the rod and just an overall opinion of the components and how I've used it and how it's held up over the test of time. Starting at the bottom, you'll note that there is EVA foam with a cork grip. They did this for added durability in the rod. The handles aren't too long, but you know what? It's got a good feel and it gives you a good gripping point for when you are trying to set that hook. I don't really like short handles. I like a little bit longer of a rod, butt rod handle. And they've got a proprietary Lews reel seat on there. It's a skeletal reel seat, so it actually gives you a lot of contact there. I mean, you can have 2 fingers on there, maybe even 3 if you wanted, but it's a really good exposed reel seat. Actually, I'm gonna take a second and read you something real fast because I actually contacted Lews about this rod because I really liked it. I'll tell you straight out, I bought my first Lews rod speed stick, this version, in Texas and was using it. I was using a medium heavy and I was able to throw a fully rigged Alabama rig on a medium heavy rod, and I was pretty impressed by that. So let me read you something that Bob Brown over at Lews sent to me, which I found, first of all, to be really cool that they got back to me. Usually when you fill out a form on a website, they never get back to you, so this was pretty cool. He says, "Lou, we decided to build this rod using the best blank materials we could for the price point. The blank is a high modulus IM8 with nanotube technology that is just straight up phenomenal. I can tell you that much. As far as the reel seat, we've added our exclusive Lews skeletal reel seats with built-in hook keepers in the trigger on the casting models and hook keepers in the rear split on the spinning models. Both spinning and casting models have soft touch material on the reel seats for comfort when fishing. The guides are stainless steel frames with aluminum oxide inserts for smooth casting. Grips are a high density EVA with Duracork on the butt sections for added durability." Hank Parker is proud to put his name on this rod, and I can honestly see why. Guys, when you pick this rod up, I mean, just the weight of the loan. The weight of loan is comparable to a Ducket rod. So I found that in a $40 rod that you can get at Walmart, I found that to be a tremendous value. And it's a rod that I have hooked plenty of fish on. I've used the medium heavy worm jig rod for throwing Alabama rigs, for throwing jigs. I really like this medium heavy worm jig rod for throwing chatterbaits. This is actually my chatterbait rod. I've got a 7-to-1 Abu on here, and I really like it for that because it's got good power so that when I hit into those fish, I can jack them up really good. And that's what I like. I don't like a lot of play in my chatterbait rods, a lot of bend, and these have really good action in them. They're really stiff action. I'm trying to see if I can show you. It's a really stiff action to this rod. But it's a good rod. So a medium heavy in my book, and this rod feels kind of like a heavy as far as the action that it has, the bend that it has, but it doesn't weigh as much as a heavy rod. So I feel really confident throwing jigs on this like it says it's built for. The other rod that I have that I turned into, right now it's just a, it's supposed to be a crankbait rod, which it has better action than my Maximus rod that I bought from Bass Pro. So there's good bend in this rod. The fact is that this thing is a $40 rod. So I can't get over that you can get this high quality of a rod for $40. This is actually the Crankbait series 2. And you know, I think it would work really well for top water. It's got a lot of play in the tip, a lot of sensitivity, so you're going to be able to fight those fish really well on top water. That's exactly what this would double as if I didn't have my other rod set up as a top water. All right guys, well that's my on the water review of the Lews Hank Parker Signature Series Speed Stick, available at Walmart for $40. So if you haven't gotten one of these rods, you're definitely missing out. As soon as I bought one down in Texas, I left it down there and I came up to Maryland and I bought 2 more because they were phenomenal. And it's a rod. It's a $40 rod. You add a Daiwa to Tula Type R that you can get for $109, and you've got one heck of a $150 combo right there. And that's probably the best combo that I can think of that's under $200 for that type of pricing. So you know, check out Daiwa to Tula's Type R's on eBay. I saw them for about $109. So add that to a $40 rod. So I believe they come with a 1-year warranty. I have been incredibly impressed by this rod, and the weight alone of this rod is just incredible. So let me go over the specific rods that I have right here. So if you're looking for a crankbait or a good topwater rod, maybe to throw basically throw any type of topwater on, this is the HP 610MC. Again, that's the medium crankbait series, and 610 part is the length that I've got on this is a 610 rod. Fast action, it's weighted for 8 to 14 pounds. Lure weight is 3/16 to 5/8 ounce. And again, this is a medium. On my medium heavy that I have, this is an HP 70 MHC. Again, that's the medium heavy casting. It's a 7-foot medium heavy fast action, line weight of 10 to 20 pounds, lure weight of 1/4 to 7/8 ounce. You could probably throw an ounce on this and get away with it. Actually, this actually does work well with crankbaits. It says that it'll work with large spinner baits, but you know, maybe like a 1/2 ounce spinner bait. This would actually probably throw it and load up pretty well. I would like something with a little bit more sensitive of a tip, a little bit slower action in the tip. I guarantee you that if you pick one of these up, you'll buy it. It's that kind of a good rod. It's going to add another rod to your arsenal that's going to be phenomenal. All right guys, as always, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Y'all have a good one. Talking about the Signature Series. It's the Hank Parker Signature Series, and you got to get it right when you're talking about it. And next is how the rod has stood up to the test of. Alrighty y'all, today on Beyond the Bounds, we're going to be reviewing the Hank Parker Signature Series Speed Stick by Lews. Alrighty y'all, today review. Thanks for clicking on this video. Lou here from Beyond the Bounds.